It's a risk for your reputation right now, taking that job. And don't get me, Man United is one of the biggest clubs in the world. One of the biggest clubs in the world, and it's an ideal opportunity for someone because everyone's thinking, I can get this right. But there's been some brilliant managers that have really struggled. Whoever the next manager is obviously incredibly important because I feel, to a certain extent, a bit sorry for Ralph Rangnick because he's sort of naked in that dressing room. Everyone knows he's not going to be there. People are sort of listening to him. And I've been in that situation before when there's been a manager that's only in an interim situation. It's really tough for them. But more importantly is the players that are going to be leaving. Pogba, Lingard, they're going to be going on free transfers in the summer. Mata, Cavani, the four of them, they're going to be leaving the club, and I think that would be the best for the club right now because I don't think they're going to take the club forward. I think they need to change themselves. Next season, Rashford is up for contract, Shaw as well. There's not too many players. I know Bruno just signed a contract. You're looking, if you're coming into that club, you're going, I can't wait to work with them. I can't wait to get them going. Like, I'm looking at Marcus Rashford now, and I'm thinking, and we're not going to all jump on the Marcus Rashford bandwagon, but this is a young man that I believe has to go and explore and go do something else. He looks like he's fell out of love with the game right now. Go and play somewhere because there is no doubt there's a player in there. And there is for him, the clubs, there'll be hundreds of clubs that will want him. There'll be, like, he's had enormous success against the likes of Paris Saint-Germain in Europe. Clubs in England would want him, Tottenham, Arsenal. Everyone would want him. But I think his time has run now at Manchester United. They need to get the right manager in. Pochettino has been a serial underachiever, as much as I like him. Can he go and do it at Manchester United? There's no real belief that he can. Ten Hag's done a great job at Ajax, where you should really win the league. You've got the best players. So it's not going to be easy. As much as it's the manager getting them right, it's also that personnel. Because I always think, you look at certain clubs and you go, I'd love to be in that Liverpool dressing room working with those players. I'd love to be working in the City with the players there. I look at that United dressing room, I think, that looks fractured. That looks a bit of a... I think there's a few poisonous characters that could cause problems. I wouldn't want to be in there. I don't think that's a dressing room, like Gary said, that's pulling together.
I want to come back to you on that Pochettino point, because I think there will be question marks over describing him as an underachiever, given the squad that he got to a Champions League final with, or got to close to winning a league title with.
Didn't win a trophy, though.
And has gone on to win the league at PSG, and
I think,
in his defence.
Yeah, and that's
not a hard
job.
We won't get into it now. We might come back to it. But Gary, look, for Manchester United, in terms of their next appointment, whoever that might be, and it seems increasingly like Ten Hag is the name that's being linked with the club. Does it look like an attractive job? As much as Manchester United might want Eric Ten Hag, is Manchester United a club at the moment that he would necessarily want to work with?
I think when you look from the outside, the appeal of Manchester United is huge, and the fan base is huge, and the club is a magical football club, and I suppose every confident coach will believe, just like Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralph Rangnick, they've all taken the job of leaving David Moyes, that they could sort this club out and they could turn it round because they've got the ability to do so. But there is a rut here. That has found out great managers in the last 10 years. And I've talked about a cultural reset, and if the top isn't right, and I have to say that's where this is coming, the top is not right here. I said a few things the other day that they needed to do to sort of demonstrate that there was a real shift in mentality in the football club, and those things won't happen because they won't do it. But look, I'm hopeful, I'm always hopeful. One thing I do know is that Manchester United will always be a great football club and it will return to success. I'm absolutely sure of that. I don't know how long it will be. It might be 5 years, it might be 10 years, it might be 3 years, it might be 15. Personally, I lived through a sort of 15-year period at the start of my life supporting this club where we weren't successful in terms of winning Premier League titles or the old Division 1 and League Championships. So we are patient, we'll still be here. The club will become great again, it's not going anywhere. But what it does need to do is operate like an elite football club. Manchester United should be pioneers in terms of stadiums, training grounds. It should be doing things that are fantastic. It shouldn't have owners that are year on year sort of pulling out of the club while the club's going to sort of, if you like, this ground looks fantastic cosmetically on the outside, but it's falling apart, and it's not best in class. So if you're taking 20 million quid a year out and you're paying lots of money in interest on the sort of debt that they've got, that money could be going into the football club. They have to make everybody believe that football is at the heart of this football club. They have to do that. When Sir Alex Ferguson was here, he obviously shielded them from that, and he made obviously everything work with David Gill. Once Sir Alex Ferguson and David Gill left, then it's been a struggle for 10 years. People have tried very hard to get it successful again, but they've failed. And it won't just be as easy as appointing a talented young manager or a talented manager at all. There needs to be something quite significant that shifts here, so that everybody in the club realises it's a new project, it's a new beginning. That probably would be more than likely with new owners, but if the Glazer family are not going to sell, I don't think they're going to gain success quite easily at this football club without doing something fundamental. It's not just going to be a case of let's sack a new manager, bring a new manager in, get a PR spike, everyone's excited, put 150 million quid into the team. We'll end up in the same position again in 2 or 3 years.